I got some apocalyptic news for you guys. Let's go. The Post-Millennial reports largest U.S. power grid faces level 1 emergency as Biden's decarbonization policies take effect. Record-breaking temperatures are hitting all the big cities. Not to mention, these Canadians are trying to choke us out. You know, we got our power grid. Our power went out at our new facility. The power went out. It was a storm, though. They say on Thursday, the largest U.S. power grid operator, PJM Interconnection LLC, issued a level 1 emergency over concerns they would not be able to maintain adequate power reserves as customers deal with scorching temperatures. According to Bloomberg, PJM issued a call for all power plants to operate at full capacity to deal with the increased use of air conditioners as much of the country went under a heat advisory. So this is not so much about Biden's policies. It's more so that, I guess...
It's a hot summer. It's bloody hot.
Well, what are they saying? It's like the hottest month on record or something, or the hottest day or something?
It's because we didn't pay enough in carbon taxes last year, and therefore you haven't seen the immediate payoff of increased carbon taxes.
You know what I love, though? I love the meme where it's like the climate change politicians are proof the government can control the weather.
That's funny.
Right?
It's absurd. First of all, we can all agree on the RFK Jr. principle. Pollution is bad. We want to enact policies that doesn't result in more pollution. The idea that we're going to control carbon emissions and that's going to have an immediate effect on the environment. Okay, if you believe that, and I'll talk to Trudeau again. If you believe that crippling the Canadian economy, which represents 1.5% of global emissions, is not what you want is someone who's going to be harder on China, which would have ironically been not the person that you have in the White House now in the States. So it's ass backwards from beginning to end, even if you believe the premises of the climate act.
Look, but I don't. I think that trying to stop people from producing waste is a misguided effort. They're going to poop. They're going to burn stuff to stay warm and to stay cool. You need to reuse the waste. We need a global effort to reuse the carbon dioxide and methane coming out of those machines.
True, but I don't think when people are talking about that type of reducing waste, I'm curious to know, like, in Canada, by the way, now you can't get plastic straws. So it's all this paper straw. At all. Can't get plastic cutlery. So you're getting, I don't know what it's made out of. I don't know what the environmental footprint. It might be like cornmeal stuff. Yeah. Straws are paper. Straws are actually paper. So you go get a Starbucks coffee. You better drink it fast because your straw's not going to last. That should be the new logo for Starbucks.
Hold on. What if we replace straws with cookies? You ever had those cookie straws?
No.
I mean, this sounds delicious.
What they do is they line, it's a cookie, and the inside's lined with chocolate. So when you're drinking, it doesn't dissolve then you eat the straw afterwards.
Yeah, and then you're going to get diabetes and all sorts of other issues.
Come on, just a cookie. What's giving you diabetes is the cookie crumble mocha frap with 2 pumps of vanilla and caramel on top. If you just did a regular cold brew with a cookie straw, you're good. But,
But the thing that I do wonder, I don't know what the carbon footprint or the emission footprint is, even of the corn compressed meal cutlery or the paper straws, the dye that goes into that. Like, I don't know what the cost benefit has been done to determine that this is better for the environment than that, other than a simple plastic bad, this is paper, therefore it's good. If you don't know how the process, what goes into that in the first place, it could be even worse, like electric cars could be even worse than gas cars.
I think we should ban air conditioners just outright.
Today.
Yes, right now. And
based.
You know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking we want to crank the heat up on the people who don't work, who are entitled, who are demanding. So my attitude is like, let me tell you, if tomorrow, aliens came down and just went like, and pressed a button and all air conditioners disappeared, I would be okay. Now, in all seriousness, a lot of elderly people and people who are at risk, we don't really want that. My point is, we have such luxury, and the pollution, all the stuff we're talking about, it's typically not the people listening to this show. It's typically not the people in rooms like this. When you come out into the country, what do I see? Solar panels, generators, chickens, septic systems. The people who live outside of cities are living substantially more sustainable lives than people in the cities. The people in the cities are overwhelmingly Democrat, voting for policies. Why? It's obvious. They want things, and they want to make sure that everyone has to cut back so they can maintain their standard of living. It scales up. The ultra wealthy. We talk about them buying property on beachfronts and flying in private jets. They say everyone's got to cut back. Everyone's got to cut back because of global warming. What they're really saying is, if you don't cut back, I don't get to fly on my jet. You all better cut back so I can keep flying on my private jet.
Yup.
because I'm important. My time is important. I'm needed.
Oh, because it feels good.
Got to spread the word.
good.
You got
Come on.
to go city to city complaining about carbon emissions.
We love air conditioning. That's my point. And there are people in these cities who have everything handed to them. Fresh running water, clean running water, refrigeration, air conditioning, and they complain they deserve more. And I'm not saying people don't deserve to live better lives. I'm just saying, like at a certain point, you got a big city. It is polluting like crazy. It is concentrating human waste, and not just in the biological, but in the consumerist fashion.
Pharmaceuticals, all that.
Pharmaceuticals, plastics. People out in the middle of nowhere are not large contributors to a lot of this. Look, we have our own eggs. People who live out in the country, they're more likely to have backyard chickens. They don't go and buy plastic cartons of eggs. They are less likely to contribute to the problem. But in these cities, they're voting for policies to force the people who are doing things right to live crappier standards so that they can maintain their awful standards.